Hey guys, Agnerd here. Hope the wind and the noise is not too bad and you can understand what I'm saying. So new to us is the Vermeer 5410 Rebel round baler, and I'm pretty excited about this new addition to our little farm. And so of course we've always been actually, when we started out years ago, we had no round baler or square baler. And our first purchase was a square baler, John Deere 348. Love it, still have it. Just think the world of it. But this new addition is as I said, I'm repeating myself, the Vermeer 5410 Rebel. It's a 2007 model, has 6,500 bales that have gone through it. And so it's by no means is it new. Got it from Mr. Ken. Not going to give out his full name, don't want to put him out there, but I will say his first name I already have. Mr. Ken out of the Grand Saline area, and thank you, sir. This thing is working really well for us. So this is, I know this wind is probably killing my sound, but nonetheless, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 round bales. He's working on round bale number 9, so he did want me to let him know how it went after we got our after we started going. And I bought this thing from him probably well over a month ago, maybe if not a month and a half. We just had a lot of things going on personally, building a house and yada yada this and yada yada that. So and hopefully you guys know what a yada yada is. But nonetheless, this is bale number 8. As I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bale number 9 that he's doing. It's our Ford 3910, 1984 model, 47 horsepower, 42 PTO, and so the Vermeer 5410 has a minimum requirement of either 40 or 42 horsepower. So we're right there. But it's doing it fine. This little Meta, of course, we always seem like we film all of our videos on this little Meta, not the big one. But this little Meta is at an incline. And so it went up this incline, and you know, I could feel it. It didn't bog it down, but man, it was she was feeling it. She was not that she was feeling it. She was working hard to make it happen. So it did it. It didn't bog down. Rocking along, doing its thing. So I'm very excited. I've researched extensively small horsepower balers, round balers that is, small horsepower tractor round balers. And there were a few out there, a Gale and Krone and some other of these things. And Vermeer is obviously the one that I found that there's probably, at least in my area, there's a lot out there. And so, like I said, it's a low horsepower requirement. We have a low horsepower tractor, and it's doing it. It's doing it great. And once again, we're old school. We have a New Holland 451 sickle mower. Someday when we grow up, we'll get a disc mower, maybe a Vermeer or a Kuhn. You know, we'll just have to see later on down the road. But what intrigued me about Vermeer is actually the group that invented round balers. And so I'm just going to paraphrase the story. I don't know it to the great extent that some of you might know, but essentially, you know, it was all square bales back in the day. And this old farmer rancher was talking to Vermeer and said, I got to get out of this business. It's just too labor intensive to maintain these square bales. You know, load them, haul them, unload them, turn around and load them to put them out, and et cetera, et cetera. So it is very labor intensive, and so I can attest to that because that's what we were doing, or we'd pay someone to round barrel for us. But nonetheless, we'll talk more about that here in a second. And so Vermeer said, hey, look, let me think on this before you sell your farm. Let me think on this. And so he came back and he said, I got a solution. Give me a little bit. I'm going to make you something that'll help. And he did. He made the very first round baler. And then I don't know if that was in the 50s or when it was. So please don't quote me. If you know, put a comment. And so it revolutionized hay production. And obviously there's much bigger round balers now. That's a 4x5. The Vermeer 5410 is a 4 foot by 5 foot, and I think we have it set at 58 inches. We don't have it set at the full 60. I read somewhere that somebody said, hey, don't push it to capacity. So, you know, we'll see. The guy that I bought it from, as you can, I noticed in the settings, he had it right at 60. So the bales look really good at 58. The more we do, the tighter they get. I'm sitting here, started this video, and it takes, you know, I haven't been paying attention. So from when I started the video, it's been 6 minutes. And uh-oh, is that a roller? I told him not to put them out. Because you may not be able to pick it up in the picture, but this is an incline. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. This is an incline, and he's doing real good. That's my oldest son. And, you know, in years past, we had someone bale, 2 or 3 years ago, and they put one down almost in the pond. So anyhow, yes, we love it. We like it. At this point, I recommend it. Mr. Ken, thank you for selling us a good baler. I know it's used. I told you this when I bought it, because he was very meticulous in the upkeep of his equipment. It was evident, and he was very concerned that he wanted it to do well for me, because I told him what a benefit this round baler would do for my operation, for my family, and he genuinely and truly wanted it to do well, because, you know, it's like buying a used car. You never know what you get. And on the most part, on my used equipment, I've done really well. I'm going to say I have about a 95%, knock on wood, praise Jesus, I have about a 95% success rate of buying used equipment. Have I bought used equipment that's been a floater? You know, yes, I have. But on the most part, this thing is looking good. It's working good. Like I said, we're into it about 9 or 10 bales now. So yes, let's see. Let me count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, 9 bales. He's working on bale number 10. We get that done. It's 100. It got up to 107 today in East Texas, in Tyler, Texas. Oh my gosh. So I told my son, I said, man, this is a nighttime sport. Hay baling is a nighttime sport to be played at the dark. So we still have our top hay meta. Like I said, I don't have a lot of pictures for you to look at or videos of the top hay meta, but that's where we'll be next. My neighbor across the street had talked about if I would cut and bale his. But we're going to read it. We have we have one set of lights on our little Ford 3910, and I'm going to get a second one so that we can do this at night. This kind of temperature, no more. It's going to be nighttime. So anyhow, hey, thank you for watching the channel. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up. You know, I know it's windy and I have cheesy bad camera equipment, aka phone. So anyway, I love you guys. God bless to you and your family. Ag Nerd out.